Okay, we're still continuing our Fused Modular Frames. We're up to still doing the steel ingots, but I think we're on the tail run of it now, so we'll see. We're just going to keep connecting some belts up to steel beams and we'll see what happens. Guys, I'm actually watching idiots chase little cheese down the hill. Professional stuntmen are trying to beat the reigning champ. Hilarious. Bare minimum effort. Hello, welcome. Good to see you there. Hope you're well today. Alright. Well, I know where I was up to yesterday. We're just running some belts to machines, so we'll keep doing that. I think I've got 6 belts left, maybe. It's these ones here, I think. Yeah. So the next one is... the last one I did was that one. So I can get one more above it. Doing alright, finally got back into this game, but having issues with the blueprint designer, still buggy as ever. It's a frustrating one. I think my issues are you can't rename a blueprint. They don't stay sorted the way you want them. Trying to think, is that all my complaints? Can't rename, they don't stay sorted. There was one more. Got a lot of little ones, but yeah, that's my major ones. Start off with this one. So singularity cell pioneer. That was 18.3. So I'm just looking at my sheet to see which ones I've made. I may not have made this one yet. That one's there. Steel beam S16. May not have done that one. You just have to bear with me with some of this. No, it wasn't. Oops. That's that one. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at a spreadsheet. I've had ad 3 times in 5 minutes. Is Twitch broken? It could be, yeah. That's more than what I set him on. Sorry you're experiencing that. Well, that one I need to leave till later. Alien Power Matrix 2406. I'm just trying to match up, find the ones I've already built. That would be down here, wouldn't it? That's still part. This one here. No. What am I doing? Sorry. Steel beam, alien power matrix. That is AA16. Alright, that's way back here. I'm making a few mistakes here. Rebooting your world right now for phase 4, trying to design a road network, but honestly, might just build straight lines everywhere, considering instead of bothering with curves. I mean, it's simpler. I've got to get my head in the game here. I'm looking on the steel beam sheet. I need this one here. So this is steel beams. 16. This is where I find it annoying when people can't see what I'm doing easily on another screen. Right. What this is not right. I've just got my names wrong. I just need to fix this up. I'm sorry you can't see this easily. I'm just correcting mistakes as I go. Alright, so I haven't built that one yet. Ballistic warp drive 6.42. Right, that's this one. So this is P. So go back to here. Well then what happened to, oh yeah, they're nuclear, yep. Yep, Vixanium, yep, that's fine. Steel beam P16, right? So that is right. I haven't made that one yet. This is ballistic warp drive, but that was for yeah, that's ballistic warp drive. So is this one. That's this one. This is for singularity cell. Right, so that's O. I haven't built that one yet. Right. AI expansion server. Yep, that's that one. So that's N. I built that one. Right. That's the one we're going to bring back next. Okay. So took me a bit of time to work that out, but here we are. Actually, it's not going to go. Oh yeah, it's going to go there. Apparently there's a detour, but where it heads is a mobile internet dead zone. We'll have to watch when I get home instead. No worries, bare minimum. We'll chat to you later. Thanks for dropping by. All right. So it's that one. Just checking my vehicles are all running. I don't see any issues on the map. So this one, can this one also go up? This one I might come straight ahead. Can that one go to there? Yeah, I'll allow that. It still needs to go up, but I can do that. Oh, actually, that should just go to there. Yep, that's perfectly feasible. Right, and then we'll go here we go. Right. That's another floor up. Right, so this is the 12.9. This one all the way down here. Right. Put it like that for a second, just compare. The males have run. That's because it's got to go down again. So I can't go there. And it needs to be offset. So I reckon there. So if it went to there. And then it can run, it could run all the way back on that. Kind of wanted, oh there is, yeah there's nothing there for that one. Oh, that's in the way. I'm going to do that then. But I can go the one next to it. That's easy. Can't any of these be? Oh, I might as well do this all the way. Right, so it's on the line. That looks completely off. What happened there? I didn't need that one. And this went That went there, I think. Yep. Right, is that going to reach with a straight? It is. Charles, welcome. Good to see you there. Right. It's that one. What's happening today, Charles? That's another one off my list. So the next one I can do is, I think the one above this. I can't do, let me know. Can't do that one. I can't do that one. Have I compromised? No, I haven't. Already yet. So then, is that the next one? Foot healing, wow, the itch of heels. Wow, yeah. And that's cut off, so it can't be that one. So it needs to be two more above. Alright, so it's not that one. Can't be that one, so it would have to be that one. No, it would have to be the one above it. This is day 8, wow. That does not sound fun. Yep. Last burn on my forearm 3 weeks ago is healed all the way now. How did you burn yourself, Charles? I can't remember if you told me. It's that way. First time was AutoPress, AeroPress, making coffee very unstable. Ah. Wow. the next one up? It's the next one up. Second time was the kettle jumping off the counter at full boil. Wow! Geez, you've had a bad run of things. That boiling water would be crazy hot. Top of my foot is a bodybuilder. I walk 13 miles a night from a 40-hour week of work. Not a good place to get a burn. Wow. So the next one I've got is this one, 48.6. Alright, this is M. That's it. I haven't built this one yet, so it's not this one. Nuclear pasta is L. I built that one. Okay, so this is the next one. Right. Right. That kettle was a 300 watt kettle, was awesome to use while the air conditioner is running, also on one circuit. Wow. That wall still gets me, Charles. I know, right? It's just, it's so frustrating. I've got to try and not look at it so it's not triggering everyone. Now this... I have packaged the possessed kettle away. I think that's a good idea. We all have our cursed kitchen gadgets, don't we? Well, yeah, they say a watch kettle never boils, so now that it's packed away, it'll boil to its heart's content. It's the same height as that one, so... Maybe there. I might run it down. Right, which one's this? It don't turn off when it gets the full rolling boil. Wow. I would just throw it in the bin. That'd be my, definitely what I'd do. It's this one here. And I can just do it on that one there. That would be fine. It jumps and spits boiling water everywhere for 23 seconds, then turns off. And the 1 foot cord assures you to be close enough when the electrical orifices to get. Oh wow, that's too close to the electrical socket, isn't it? Alright, that's that one. And it's going to be that one. Now, there's another one I did down below. At where I work, one of the childcare centres I work, I got an email from the boss, and it was sent to everyone. And the title of the email was Laundry PowerPoint. And you know what I thought before I opened and read it? I thought I was about to get a PowerPoint presentation on how to use the laundry. No, I wasn't. There was a faulty PowerPoint in the laundry that the power plug hadn't properly recessed into, and it had melted, and there was nearly a fire. So laundry PowerPoint was an appropriate subject. Trying to get to the recess button to push to turn it off as it was spinning was fun. Right before it launched at my thigh, me, already being badly burned, jumped almost fast enough, missed the thigh and splashed on the foot. Oh, that's terrible, man. That's not what I want to be involved in, that's for sure. Yeah, it was a pretty good melted PowerPoint. Like, they were very lucky. Very lucky indeed. Someone spotted it. So maybe it had been sparking. Because it's an industrial washer and washer. No, this was the dryer. So it was an industrial dryer. And it uses, I think, a 15 or a 20 amp socket. Because it draws that much. There's that one. So now I've just got one to go, which is this one. Which is steel beam. That's that one there. So that's J. Steel ingots. That one, right. Cool, I've got that one. So this is the next one, which will be almost identical to this one. Just got to make sure I've got the spacing correct. So it's going to be this one here. So this one might be, yeah, this one. You can come along here. Let's find out where it is. If you've ever seen Boston Tenniel Man where Robin Williams' character gets pushed out of the window and his eye twitches every time he nears the window, that's why it got packed away. Too many bad memories. Yep. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. So this one is 2.28. Has that one been done? Yes, thank God. And that one, we've got to do that one. Okay, that's fine. Yep. It's got to be this one here. Yeah. 2.3. Yeah, that's it. This one I'm going to... I might run it down the bottom here. Right, so the way I think this works is this will go to here. And then this will go right there. Right. Does a wiggle and goes under. Everything works as it should. It looks funny like that, but it's all legitimate. Put that tall glass of water shaped kettle on a picnic table, plugged into an extension cord, and it's fine. Maybe some yellow tape. You can just wait for the late limit switch to trigger and off and turn itself off. I reckon just ceremoniously burn it. It does not deserve to stay alive. It's out for your blood. That's what I reckon. The thing is a 2.5 inch base and like 14 inches tall. My question to you is, have you ever needed that much water that's boiling? I only ever put as much water in a kettle as I need to do the job. I don't overfill. I make sure it hits the minimum line, and that's it. Okay, that one's done. It only holds 300 mils, just enough for that AeroPress. Yeah, right. Crikey. Oh, that's enough of those done. There's still a couple I've got to hook up to the pipe by the looks of it. So let's investigate where they're going to go now. So I've done, so I've still got this one. What's this one? So I've missed this one, but I don't think I've built this one yet. 7.1. For thermal propulsion rocket. No, I think that's supposed to be pipes. Just bear with me. Yeah, okay. Steel pipe, rotor, yep, okay. Yep, okay. So that's steel pipe. So we have to hook that one up. And these two. And that would be it. I don't need to do those now, but both of these done, are they? This one's not done. 3 of them. Alright. $300 can do some damage both times. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's not a small amount of boiling water. Okay, so this is what's this one? Fused Modular Frames 60.1. Let's go to Steel Ingot. Here it is, steel pipe, modular frame, heavy modular frame. Okay, so yep, so this one is steel pipe W16. This is wrong. Why would that be? I'm supposed to build two. But I can overclock this one. Hold on. Was that? Oh. We're going to need more petroleum coke. Ah. This was the earlier I was having issues with, I think. $120.2. Alright. I have to go and fix my spreadsheet a bit more. Hi Quest Friendly, hey man, do you answer new friendly questions? I'm using trains for the first time. I'm not sure if I'm meant to go end to end or loop set it, honestly, just to feed coal gens. Look, if there's if you're just going one train between two stations, there's no other trains on the line, you just have to put, and you're going backwards and forwards, you just need to have a train, the freight carriages that match the freight station, and then another train engine at the end, and you can just go backwards and forwards. You don't need any signals or anything. That's all you've got to do. I'm not going to confuse you with any signals. You don't have to do any loops, and it'll just work. So you reckon I just end to end this one? It's the easiest way to do it. It's foolproof. Even the simplest person could do it. Trust me. All right, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at 180? Right, so this is 90. Yeah, why does it say that? Sorry, I'm just looking at the spreadsheet. Oh God, look at all your vehicle activity. Give me a minute. Just let me finish this and I can show you my trains and trucks. Charles, you set mine up so it fits the stations even. Yep. I'm just, for a beginner, asking a simple question. I'm giving a simple answer that will guarantee to work, and I don't need to explain anymore, and they don't need to get any confused. Why is that saying that? Sorry, I'm just in the middle of something. I'm just trying to work out one. That's okay, yeah, and that's what's going. All right, okay. 90.15 by 1. Right, I have to redo a few things here. 120.2. And that's fine. Right. That's where I was making my mistake the other day. That's this one here. Yeah, absolutely. So I need another. Yeah, right. Oh, that's frustrating me now that we've figured this out. Because this doesn't match up. But I'm just going to say get remaining from M. Right. So then I need to go back over here. So it's an extra so it should be 154. Right. Something like that. Alright, so that means then this would be 15. So that would be 15.45 plus 90.15 plus 10.575. That would still be a Mark II. Right, but all of this here, we need to just go and rebuild some belts and add a bit more right. Almost there. Right, so this that's the 3. No, that's yeah, alright, yep. Alright, there we go. That's heaps. Alright, if you're still there randomly, I can show you a few things in my world. Now that I've done that heavy stuff. If not, I'm just going to keep working away at my factory. So I've got, every building has a purpose in this playthrough, and then I've got trucks driving around, transporting resources. Like there's 6 iron nodes down here, so I've got 6 irons coming out. I've got trucks coming in. This is before 1.2, which is coming out. So I'll have to redo all my paths to make them work better. And then I've got train stations here. This is in a push-pull setup. This is a simple one where it just goes in and it goes over to that one over there. And it's just backwards and forwards. It's hard to see, but you can see you've got a train engine that end, then all the stations, and there's another train engine at that end. There's other train stations like these ones here, which have got oil coming in, and I've got it coming in on both sides for different reasons, but this is where path signals with push and pull comes in. So I have multiple engines servicing this station, so I have them coming in this side, and they have to wait at this signal. If there's a train in here, they have to wait here before they can enter. And then when that one comes out and goes into here, then that one can go there. And then it goes back to a single track, and multiple trains use the same single tracks, but that's where it gets complicated. But if you're just doing a push and pull with only one train on it, you don't need any signals or anything. So I'm in my base is pretty much covers about this in the rocky desert, this square. How would you know if you need more trains? That's a great question. You could do the that there is all about how you calculate that link. You watch that video, it explains. You have to do some maths. There's anything in this game, if you want to know an actual answer, you're going to need to do actual maths. And that's for freight trains. There's also, would you believe it, I've got one for fluid vehicles too. But it's the same concept. And it just depends on what you're trying to do. How far away your station is, your nodes, all that sort of stuff. More part, if the thing you want to take somewhere else is more of it than what the train is able to move, then more train, yep. So what's the throughput of one car? Well, it's complicated because that's not a very good question. I don't mean to make fun of you, but I don't even need to do that. A freight car can hold 1,600 meters cubed of fluid or 32 slots, 32 inventory slots. But that's just the capacity that can carry. How throughput is like the distance between your source and destination, how long it takes for a trip, a full round trip. And this is when you look at watch those videos, because they go into it they explain it in detail. You can't I just can't give you a simple answer for that, because there's no such thing as a simple answer. You need to calculate it, time it, see what works, and so forth. It's not like a train car is not a Mark II build or a Mark IV build or whatever. Right, that seems to be running. What sort of throughput are we getting? Yeah. So this is not a conveyor. Yep, exactly. So, and that is the simplest way to run stuff throughout the whole game. The most efficient way to transport resources is conveyor belts. There's nothing better than conveyor belts from source to destination. Nothing beats it. Right, so I've got 3 of these to go. That one, 3, 4. So I've done one. So this next one is an output of 120.2. So that's the 162. That's my input. That's what I want, this one. So it's for Fused Modular Frame. It's for modular frame for Fused, yep, that's what I want. So if I was to go, I think we do it like this, possibly, because that'll be 3 and 4. Charles, I have Coal Road. I made my first playthrough. Never failed. Oh, almost went all the way down the crater. Oh, wow. I was going around the gas and start. Ah, very nice. Perfect. Alright. Let's hope that this works. Suppose I should go and check that first. Well, I can... Yeah, that would work. Right. And then... So that's the second one. I never put these up, so I'm just going to do them while I remember it. So when I'm building the train station to receive, which way do I face the start of it? Towards the other station. So the arrows are where they dock. They're not dumb questions. Don't worry about asking. You always want the arrow is where it ends, and then you put, I'll build one to show you. So you have your train station there, and then you just have your freight platform, and maybe you had two. Then I like to put an empty platform at the end. Then you'll have a bit of train track. Then you would have your next, unfortunately you can't build. You've got to, so if that was here, for instance, and then maybe my empty platform. And then you can just put you have to put a train. And this has got two freight platforms and then another train facing the other way. I'll also put a buffer at each end. Not absolutely needed, but if you're manually driving, you'll need it. Connect some power. And then you can just say, so if that end down there was the load station, you'd have to configure the stations at this end to be unload. And then you just go to your train, jump in your train, Q to bring up your menu, edit your timetable. This is station 44, so we're going to start at station 44, we'll go to station 45, save, we'll turn on the self-driving, and that's it. That's all you got to do. It takes 45 seconds for a load operation to occur. No, maybe 90 seconds, I can't remember. There's nothing in here, so it's not going to do anything. I'll put something in there. Then it will make its way all the way. You built the station backwards, it doesn't matter. You don't have to delete everything. You can just delete this and then replace it and it'll link up. If it's down here, just put it down there. Delete that one, and yeah. Cowboy and Crutches, hello, welcome. And you'll see now this one will actually put something on the back because I put something in that platform. And it'll do its load operation. The good thing about this game is iQuest Renly is that there's nothing really designed in it to punish you as such. Like, you're not going to lose resources if you do it wrong. You don't have to redo everything from scratch if you did it the incorrect way or whatever. Yeah. And then that'll just go backwards and forwards. And if you didn't know, as you saw, I had to connect power up to that train station for it all to be powered. That means at the other end, you can deliver power to your location at the other end through the train network. Rightio. Back to what I was doing. So it was this one here. And it is this floor too. Nice. So I might just go this one won't really matter. It would matter if I put it there because actually that'll be fine. Charles, I wanted to rename this game. I'm going back for more in the beginnings. We didn't have depots or anything. No, that's right. I used to have build trains, Charles. Cowboy, I love the feature of having rails that carry power to other stations. I use that to my advantage regularly. Yeah, it is amazing. It's I'm glad that that was something they thought of. Perfect. Right, so that's that one delivered. Right, that's that one done. Sweet. Rails were before power towers. They certainly were, Charles. Trains came in update 2 with nuclear power. Okay, so 14.1 is next. And that would have to go... It could go... there. Let's just see if it will. So what was it? 14.2.
Hey Smackin', you just got a follow.
Thank you Sergeant_Pit Viper for the follow.
Thanks for the follow, Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter. Pit Viper. Wow, can't even say it. Pit Viper. Not Pit Fighter. I might just go back and have a look at that, just so I've got the right one I'm looking at. $14.1. That's that one there, right? Right. That's new, yep. Someone that can't speak right on Twitch. It never happens. I get everyone's name right the first time, every time. Now I might not have done any more after this. I think I need to wait till I build the next set, so that's alright. Because that's not integral. Let me just, hold on. Nothing on that ball. These are all in purpose, so that's it then. There's no more for me to hook up at this point. They're going to wait until I do those production lines. So I think I'm ready to hook up the iron ore, and that'll get that churning along. What I need to do is, let's get rid of those holes so I know I didn't use them. We'll deal with that later. Okay, so I have, let's go over here to these iron nodes. So these are, I'm going to update these to all be 600 because they're all pures. Right, so these are 4, 5 and 6. I need to put my miner bases down. I think we're going to do that at the same time. It's pretty good. What's wrong with you? I've got 1,000 plus hours of this game. It's my first time doing the trains, and when you were connecting belts to those truck bays, I legit asked myself what that building was. A lot of people haven't used trucks, and I would say that'll change with 1.2. Especially for all those people that are trying out the random node and the, not the random node so much, but the 100x or whatever, they change the power and that stuff. Because it forces them to, they can't jump so quickly ahead in the game. And I've watched people do it. I haven't started a new playthrough because I'm busy doing this one, but I've watched a few people play, and it's like they're all using trucks like there's no tomorrow. And that was one of my goals of using this, was showing people that trucks are reliable, and most of the time they are. And then they brought out 1.2. Alright, so they're all chugging along a bit faster now. Let's go back to the steel factory and we'll update those. So that's 4, 5 and 6. Just paste. I've been meaning to do this for a while, but now we need more. Yeah, trucks are pretty reliable. I can fit this many truck stations in this bottom area. Alright, so I'll work out the rest in a second. I just want to get the where it's coming to first. That was that one. No, that was that one. Then it's this one over here. 6. And the other one is this one here. Right. So I know which ones coming correct now. I just need to have a look. Okay, so there's no it's coal on this side but no iron. And the coal I've got on a spare will bring that up, so that's not a problem. And then, so really at the moment all I care about is this side. I want to get 154. So that's coming from down below. That'll be a mark. That'll just be a 300. That's 255. So I'll leave that one alone. This is what's coming in from this one. And there is overflow from this one coming out. And heading below. I don't reckon that's 382, and I needed I'm gonna try that and we'll see what happens. So the output there. That's a single, yeah. This overflow. So what I might do is put Alright, let's do that. Then I might go up. That's right on that, which I want to avoid, but I think I've done it like this one won't really matter. I'm going to fix that in a sec, I think. If I can make that there. That'll be fine. Rightio. Yeah, I can do this. And that will start those producing. That is awesome. And then yeah, I think that's fine. It's kind of hard to tell when you do something like this how much is being used here because of some funky splitting I've got going on. As long as it's enough to keep up. And they're all going to start rattling away now. Now I need to make sure my belts are right, because this one changed. That's Mark 2 and Mark 2. They're fine. Perfect. This will take a while because it's some of it are underclocked a bit, so their rates, their production time is quite slow. And the last thing is coal for this side, and now I should have this one's not being used for anything at the moment. So that's what we're going to use. And it's going to go over here. So let's find out the best place to bring it up. Through this rabbit warren of I'm thinking I've got to fix that. That's too close. One across will be fine. All right. Speed is that? 4. Right, that fixes that problem. Moss Frog, hello, welcome. Good to see you. How's things today? Right, so I was thinking that that there. Oh, you stop here. But I may... No, it's got... Possibly... Ugh. Oh. That's a very unfortunate situation to be in. So that would work. Hold on. No, I didn't need to go any further than that. I just need to bring in the coal into here. So I reckon if I did this, this might work. It's a bit short, but I think this one here will be fine. Perfect. Right, let's get that hooked up. So that is there. Don't really like that. I'm just not going to do that. They look supported. Right, now this is going to come. Can do here. So that right, then I would go. So it's this station here. Charles, speed run to hover pack for the win. Mostrog, 3 days to go until 1.2 is out. Yep. iQuest, I bet you don't do what I do. I refuse to automate anything permanently until I get the hover pack unlocked. Well, iQuest, I can guarantee you that's the case. If you look at this link I'm putting in chat now, that's the rules for my current playthrough, and when I unlock something in the MAM or hub, like a milestone, I have to automate all the things that are unlocked before I do the next stage. So yeah, the point is, I'm showing that it can be done, and you don't need to rush for the milestone. Randy, you'll get a pat in a second, but I have to hook this up because we're nearly done, Randy. We're nearly done. Once this hooks up, Randy, I'll give you the biggest pat in the world. Oh, I can hear you. Don't worry, I know. Oh no. Wow. Okay. My computer reset. Something happened. Well, this seems normal. We are... Oh my god. I've got hardly anything to redo. Oh, this is the... Indeed, guys. Right on time indeed.
Something else. Something right on time. Am I live?
Wow, that saved us a lot of time. I thought there would have been a lot more I would have had to redo. But that was it. So hopefully you can convince your mate to play multiplayer randomized nodes. E1.2 is released. That sounds fun. The only thing I suggest is I wouldn't adjust the... Oh, it depends how difficult you want it, but the multipliers don't sound too fun to me, to be honest. some holes. I did think my multiplier's wrong. So everything's cheaper now. I ain't putting up the multiplier. I ain't putting the multipliers up. That's like enjoying a flogging. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no. I don't enjoy the game that much. I think it's just because the game is so long when you try and do that. Or it's going to make it so much longer. In my opinion. Like, my opinion could be wrong. So that's supposed to be coming in at about 286 for the coal. That'll balance out. It's feeding all the machines first with all the buffers. But now we should start to have Fused Modular Frames being made soon, because there's a few production lines that need to pass around for everything to happen. But let's have a look. I think there's going to be some troubleshooting. There's going to be some incorrect belts. But we'll work it out. Some of these are going to be stalled because there'll be nothing. That's at 100. Yep, that one's full. And that one's full. They're all good. So far, so good. Fine, haven't you get those modular frames going yet? Big project. It absolutely is a big project, but we are on the tail end of it. We've just got to check the production lines. Everything should start to be running now. Some of these this is 4 machines. The buffer's full. This is not going anywhere. I've found my first problem. I haven't belted these up. Where are these supposed to go? These are for the modular frames. I've never hooked these up. Alright, we found the first thing. Alright, Randy wants a pat, so we're going to have a pat first. He wanted a pat just before the computer froze. So you have your pat, and then I'm going to start troubleshooting things, mate. What's going on? Obviously, I forgot something to belt up. How you been, Firehammer? What's been happening? Hey? Oh yeah, really? Hey? Yeah, Randy was like wanting a pat, and I was like, in a minute, I'm just about to hook a belt up, and the belt was hooked up, my whole computer crashed. So it was quite funny. Right? Oh, Quest Randomly's saying hi to you, Randy. He's beautiful. He's such a beautiful boy, isn't he? Not much. Concentrating on getting IRL straightened up. Been playing Planet Crafter recently. Oh, nice. There was an update for Planet Crafter, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh, you're putting hair everywhere, mate. Absolutely everywhere. All right, you had enough? Thank you. All right, so this is for... Yeah, that's this one. 100. It's outputting... Yeah, it's outputting 80 pipe. So this is Modular Frames F20. Well, I need to hook these up. Let's go and find out why I didn't hook them up. So I thought they would have been one of these ones here, because I did a lot of belting. Oh, that could have been for the heavy, not the modular. But we'll find out. Yep. Not this fall. This is the one. 9 machines. Yep. This is it. That's the overflow. So that's the reinforced iron plate. So my steel pipe has to come in here. Oh, Randy. All right. I might bring that... If it comes in here, I'm going to have to go up another floor. Which we're going to have to do at some point. Because that's blocked that off. However, I could also bring it this way. There's more room this way. this is the building. No, it's not. It's the next building. So if I said we went this way, and it's got to go down a floor, but yeah, I reckon that's it. We'll do that. So this is going to be three and four, right? Let's see if this fits here. I'll put this here while I'm here. Getting sidetracked, but it's okay. Sometimes you gotta do things as you see them, so you don't forget them. Oh man, I thought the game crashed again. But no, it was just an auto save. I'll do those other ends later. Now, yeah, so I was coming in here, so that's fine. And it's probably going to have to be there. Oh, this is the building. This is perfect. Okay, so this one here, around to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There for later. I label them for a reason. Well, then I would say all of this up here is I'm just trying not to block things off. Oh yeah, I'll just switch, I'll do a switch here. I'll drop down here. So it's Mark II. There's the output. What am I doing wrong here? I've got something wrong. The direction's correct that way. This direction here is the wrong way. Right. This can probably go all the way to the ground. Perfect. And then we'll just run this all the way back. Rightio. Okay, so left is pipe, straight ahead's overflow. And then this it's offset a bit, isn't it? I'll bring it in on this one here. And here. Alright, that is that one. Now, what have we got going on? Everything's coming in except the modular frames, which is great. Let's have a look at our numbers. So our steel pipe's coming in at 40 per minute. That's not right. It needs to be 109, 108 each. That's not right. So why is that not right? Let's go and find out. Here it is here, 4 machines. Not getting enough steel ingots coming in. Right. So they're supposed to be coming in at 162. That looks like the right number. Aha, belt issues here. That's the great thing about having the overflow, is that you can, I can see here it's coming at the right rate, but yet the machines weren't getting it the right. So once I figured that out, and this one's buffered up. What have I done here? Now it's working. Alright, everything else should be fine. Cool. That'll take a little bit of time to trickle through, but I suspect that's correct now. Let's go back and inspect those modular frames. And that was these ones. They've still got a buffer, so it's going to crank out 120 minutes for a while. When it's only supposed to be 80, but that's okay. At least it'll buffer up a bunch. Alright, these are running at 100% now. They're supposed to be coming in at 16 a minute. Well, it'll be hard to tell for a bit, but I think it's about right by the looks of it. Right, okay, back to here. Encased industrial beams are supposed to be 30-ish. They're not running right, so let's go find out why they're not running right. There'll be another steel pipe issue, I guarantee it. Time for an autosave. I'm just going to stand here. Right, this is the one. So we're supposed to be getting 180 pipe coming in and 150 concrete. Obviously that pipe's not correct, so we need to trace that down. Concrete looks about right. Okay, so 180.25 steel pipe. Not that one. Not the next four up. It might have been that other one. This is it. 180 out. Alright, so what's happening? First up, am I getting my 270? I am getting my 270 in, so that would mean oh, okay, so there's a missing belt here. Oh, then that's simple. Another simple problem solved. I like these simple ones. Well, that's going to take a little bit of time to filter through. So it's supposed to be, now this is going to probably go a bit more for a bit because of that buffer that's going to come through. Well, let's just see it pick up. Here it comes. that looks about right. It's going to be a bit more as well. Like I said, the buffer's emptying from a machine, so, but that's fine. But these 30 a minute will take a while to get over there, but let's just head back over again and check some more numbers. So that pipe is 108, 120, the buffer's still running through. The concrete 66.7, that looks good. 24 for the modular frames. They're over here. 21. So at the moment it's interesting. We're going to make sure we need 16 modular frames in there. The beams will be the slow bit at this point, I reckon. So we're just waiting on those modular frames to get up to speed, which they are. Like that was just on the cusp. This is for, oh yeah, that was that one. This thermal, not all this is, oh, this has got no power to start off with. But all these product lines aren't properly running yet, so that's a future thing as well, so I'm not fussed about that. Curious about the other one I had up here, because we made 3 at once. That was this one. Yeah, same. All these aren't running yet. They all look like they're, it's just one of those things where it's all in the buffering stage. That would mean we probably have fused modular frames being made. We're just waiting for the heavies to get here. Here they come. Oh, did I set my overflow? There's no overflow, is there? Yeah, that should be correct. Yep, but these are probably the first couple coming through. Yep, look at that. Our first fused modular frame. We're just waiting on the heavies to catch up, to stabilize. There they come. Well, that would mean, let's just go and have another look. Still coming at 9. It's going to take a while for that increased beams to come through. Let's just double check it is doing what it's supposed to be doing, because that looks like what's holding things up at the moment. %. Alright, so I've got an incorrect belt. These are at... Yeah, I think these need to be Mark 2. Oh, and that needs to be Mark 3. That's the problem there. That was my second problem. And that as that buffer runs out in those machines. Alright, we're just going to go for a quick look over at the hub. I set up all these belts, but not many of them are running at the moment because they're all future production lines. Alright, so this is where we're up to. The last thing was Fused Modular Frame that we've unlocked now, and we've automated. I've automated everything else. So now we can unlock leading edge production. That'll give us the Mark III miners. Also, we'll get the turbo motors and thermal propulsion rockets to make next. Exciting. I think we'll do that. Where is the I don't know, we've got one more to go of the fused supercomputer. Oh, there, right there, it just popped in. And the pipe. Oh, I needed 100 of the supercomputers. Thought I needed 50.
The Miner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential, making it even easier to contribute to project assembly. Project part number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase as it requires turbo motors, and thus requires your best. Fix it, didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
Well, Ada, so nice. So nice of you to have all that confidence in me. Well, that is awesome. So that was leading edge production. Let me make a note of that. Wow, vehicle deadlock. First time I've seen a vehicle deadlock in a while. And then it's probably just disappeared and is all fine. So I'm just going to go up here for a sec. Now I can put that one there for when that happens. Oh yeah, that would be none now. Sweet. It's going to dump a bunch of stuff in here that I don't really care about. It all comes back anyway. Put some of these away that I'm not using at the moment. Okay, let's just go back and have a look now. So what was alright, so thermal propulsion rocket was modular engines, it's already done. Turbo motors we need to do. We'll do some more cooling systems, and the fused modular frame, we've started on that. So we'll make turbo motor. We only need to make 2 production lines for turbo motors. So I think I know exactly where that's going. So I only need 4 manufacturers. I think I know the perfect building for this. That might be a next episode thing, I think, setting up the turbo motors. But we're with the turbo motors, I'll probably have to make the cooling systems because I don't think I've made them yet. The radio control unit will need to make. I don't think I've made those yet. The motors will need to make. We might have made the rubber, that's about it. Let's go and have a look over here. Have those encased industrial beams coming through better. Always a bit of a jump scare, that fix-it freighter re-entry. It's still coming at 10. I think it's getting a bit better. Yeah, that looks like more now. Yeah, that's going up. So it has to be 30. That's great. And are they coming in at 24? Yeah, 26, 24. That's looking better. And they're already buffered. So now it's just in case industrial beams that's holding it all up. That's alright. Some photos for a thumbnail. There's a lot of belts running through here. $181 and $150. Perfect. These should all be running at 100% now. That's beautiful. So I reckon this here will be my turbo motor factory. I'll just make it, I'll need room for a sink, but if I have 4 floors and 1 machine each floor, because I only need 4 machines. for the whole playthrough. What are we looking at here? So it's 8 by 8. Right. Well, I reckon I'll put the awesome sink at the back here. I might even put the awesome sink in this building here and pipe over to it. So I've got plenty of belts, maybe. Or I could just have, I could leave the bottom floor empty. Because oh, actually there's heaps of room. No, it's fine. Because I've got room that for the overflow will be in the middle floor. And then, yeah. That's what it's going to be. Decision has been made. Brunine, absolutely. There's always a mod for something, isn't there? How are you today? I think I'm going to do a door here. Not bad, just got home from work, nice. Rightio. I remember when you used to have a build train. I don't even need it now with the uploads of building materials. I'm the same, Brunheen. I used to love the build train. But yeah, ever since the dimensional depot, there's just no need for it, is it? It's just pointless. And I used to really enjoy it too. Having it with all the things in it. Gaz, next game challenge. No dimensional depots allowed. I don't know, Gaz. I couldn't handle that. It was even a struggle where I couldn't handcraft the sand fluctuators in this playthrough because of that reason. I think I might put the elevator around here. I really struggled. Right, the power technically has to come on the back. Do that for a sec. I'll bring the power in over here. So it should be Oh, I put a bloody... That's stupid. Well, I did. That's not what I wanted. It's probably not stupid from the game's point of view, but... Sin Style, happy Saturday, Smirkin. Assuming it's is in fact still Saturday there. It is for another hour and 20 minutes. I don't think I'll be around for that much longer. Well, I mean, I won't be here for another hour and 20 minutes is what I'm trying to say. Hope you're doing well today. Gaz, I was chuckling at the confusing context of what you said too. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about, Gaz? I'm never confusing. Perfect. Alright, so that's the power for the building. Alright, I think once I've done this, we'll go and check how those fused modular frames are going. See if they're running at 100% yet. And this will be our turbo motors factory. Sorry, I missed everything. Yeah, he's in Upside Down World. Might be Sunday there already. No, yep. I know exactly what he's talking about. Sin Style. We all know Upside down land confuses everyone. Another square building. It's pretty high. Is that where it goes? I think so, because I don't do it to the corner, because the corner is where belts move. Yep, that's correct. Alright. Lovely. Let's go see what these fused modular frames are doing. And the heavies. Let's see if the heavies are 100% now. Because they're going to dictate. I could hook those up to them. That would look cool. Oh. What's going on here? Well, there's my problem. That's a big problem, really. But Draco, hello. Good to see you there. Yeah, that's going to really hold things up. Well, at least everything's buffered up now. Everything should be overflowing. That's the case. Well, not everything, but there's some overflow coming through. Yeah. Well, these all should be running at 100 now. So then how are they getting there? Like, they must have been coming out of this one. This was the only one that was supplying them. Yeah, it was. That's hilarious. Oh well, I'm glad I came and checked. That's coming at the right rate now. Perfect. Is this regular or experimental? This is regular. We haven't done 1.2 on this one. We're waiting until it goes to full release. Computer update, be right back. Alright, I'll see you in 3 hours. Yeah, alright. That was a letdown. Unless I know what it was. Yeah. What, I've got 3 coming through. Yeah, it was making them just one machine worth. That's funny. Well, at least it's happening now. They're all emptying out. This will all be working. It was good to see them saturate then. No, here they all come. They've made 49 anyway, but it's supposed to be making nine a minute. So it should have made more than that. But now that I've sorted it out, it's okay. Just better make sure I didn't make the same mistake on any of the machines and they're all buffering up. Rightio. Perfect. These heavies are coming through, so they should all start being distributed. And then we'll begin turbo motors in the next episode. We probably won't get much done until, because 1.2 will start, and I've got to redo all my trucks. What does a Mark III miner need? It does need some turbo motors, so I do have 49 of them from crash sites, so I can upgrade some miners to Mark III if I need it. Probably the iron, maybe the, yeah, because all I'm going to get out of them is 780 until I get Mark VI belts. Oh, this will all be happening now. They're all getting populated. There was a buffer of about 150 Mark III heavy modular frames sitting in those machines, so that's going to fill them up quite nicely. Here's the last of them coming through. And now this is the proper rate coming through at about like this. Yep. What's that? It's about 9 a minute. Yeah, I thought so. Casings are 425. 26. They're supposed to be 450, so they're slacking off a little bit. It comes and goes, doesn't it? These might not have been overflowing correctly. We may have to keep an eye on that. These casings may not be keeping up exactly. But these are running nicely at the moment. We'll have to let everything just balance out and see what happens. I think that's all we're going to do today. I'm glad the Fused Modular Frames are at least automated. Just in time for 1.2. Well, Draco, you got a new computer yesterday and I'm playing update game. Wow, did you win the lottery? Did you sell a kidney to get some RAM and storage and a GPU? When is update 2? Next week. It's the 2nd. Just in time for your new computer. Eight coupons today, nice. You're buying it from a rent-to-own place, you're paying $180 a month for 24 months, fair enough. Well, if that's what works for you, that's great. Rightio folks, we finally did it. We finally finished Fused Modular Frames. It's been a lot of work, but we've got them producing. That's absolutely awesome. We had to start off with finishing belting the Steel Ingot Foundries to the steel beam and steel pipe constructors. We then upgraded some of the miners, some of the iron miners at the truck stations, and then we split off a bit of the incoming iron to go to the new petroleum coke production line and steel ingots. And we also had a spare coal truck station that we no longer used. That used to be for fueling the trucks, but now we're in batteries. That was available, so I used that coal on the other side on the solid steel ingot production line. And then we just started troubleshooting all the little issues I had overlooked, belt speeds, missing belts, things like that. But now it seems to be running nicely. And then we started making the turbo motors factory. We've got a perfect spot for that. So we've got the building ready to go. We just have to put the manufacturers in them, configure all the belts, make it all happen, and yeah, it's exciting times ahead. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.